What is going on with you guys? The TheCaliEffect, king of games here, and today we're going to be watching an insane matchup between Chuck piloting Tele-Dad and Can I Smoke It piloting Lightsworn. Now, Can I Smoke It is going to be able to go first. He's going to summon Lila, Lightsworn, Sorceress, mill 3 cards from the top of his deck, and pass his turn. I bet you guys are wondering, TheCaliEffect, what's going on here? You guys are reading the title right. You guys are seeing the gameplay right. This is 2009 format, a retro game, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys are going to be in a blast for a pass, as 2009 Tele-Dad versus 2009 Lightsworn is probably the most iconic matchup of that year. Let's dive right onto it. My Allure Darkness finding a Mystic Tomato. I'm then going to go ahead and normal summon a Destiny Hero Diamond Dude and use its effect to mill a reinforcement of the army off of its effect, meaning next turn I'll be able to search a level 4 or lower warrior monster from my deck to my hand for free. Seeing that I need to get over, or that Chuck needs to get over this Lila, he's going to go ahead and activate Emergency Teleport to special summon Krebins to his side of the field. And now we can use both the Diamond Dude and the Krebins for a Synchro summon into a Synchro 6 monster. Keep in mind, again, Link monsters did not exist, Exceed monsters did not exist, Pendulum didn't exist, and all of the cards that came out with it. The strongest monster at that given time was YuGiOh Guardian, and I know that its effect reads, or its requirements reads, one Earth Tuner and one non-Earth Tuner, but this is 2009, pre-errata. Meaning that YuGiOh Guardian just required a tuner and a non-tuner monster to summon it to your side of the field. I attack into a Necro Gardener, or Chuck attacks into a Necro Gardener, passes it back to Can I Smoke It. He's going to go ahead and use Charger Light Brigade, milling a Celestia, Gareth, and Lumina. And you can only guess that it would get him a Lumina Lightsworn Summoner. She is easily one of the best Lightsworn monsters in the arsenal. What she does is that he can discard one card from his hand to the graveyard, and he can special summon a level 4 lower Lightsworn monster to his side of the field. Now, Can I Smoke It does have an opportunity to use Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress, switching into defense to disrupt possibly one of the back row cards before he can commit his normal summon, and he's going to do that. Hitting a Torrential Tribute, a card that Chuck may have been prompted to use after Lila would have summoned its target to the side of the field. Smoke It is going to go ahead and summon Lumina, discard a card from his hand to special summon a Lightsworn monster from his graveyard back to his side of the field. Discarding the Aaron, deciding if he wants to get the Lumina, he's going to go for the Gareth. I think that that's the correct play, because being able, or summoning double Lumina and a Lila for Gareth to mill off, you're going to mill off a lot of cards from your deck, and sometimes you don't want to get that much of a mill. From there on out, he's going to go ahead and proceed to his end phase, but no, it looks like Chuck has the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, sending the Gareth to the top of the deck before Can I Smoke It can resolve those effects. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are wondering why didn't Chuck use it on the summon of Lumina, there was this amazing thing back in the day called priority, meaning you can gain the effects of Ignition monsters' effects before cards like Phoenix Wing Blast would resolve. So yes, the correct play would have been to wait into the end phase, or until he's passing his main phase, going into the end phase to use Phoenix Wing Blast to prevent Gareth from getting them cards. Chuck, entering his main phase, is going to use Reinforcement of the Army, the card that he did mill off of Destiny Hero Diamond Dude to search him an Elemental Hero Stratos. He's in old state right now because he's going to be getting some prime real estate for this board. Thinking about his next options, we can already know Stratos is going to be normal summoned to the side of the field, and those targets are looking really juicy. Attacking over one of them with YuGiOh Guardian will net a monster to defense. Not necessarily the best monster that you would want to use, but nonetheless, it's advantage over your opponent. Stratos is going to fetch a Destiny Hero Doomlord, already indicating that Chuck already has the Destiny Hero Malicious in his hand. So we can also confirm that he doesn't have Emergency Teleport, just off of the sheer reason that, you know, he would have just added the Grepher and then summoned the Grepher to send the Malicious. Looks like Can I Smoke It is coming with a little bit of sauce, showing us why Lightsworns are such a powerful deck. Not only did they have a boss monster like JD that you had to respect, but you also had to beware of Honest and Necro Gardeners. Honest making you pay for attacking into those attack position Lightsworn monsters, and Necro Gardener preventing you from attacking, period. So it looks like Can I Smoke It is going to take back into the driver's seat, discarding Necro Gardener to special summon Gareth Lightsworn Warrior to his side of the field. And it looks like during his end phase, depending on what goes down, he might have the opportunity to mill quite a bit of cards out of his deck and possibly draw some more cards. And just to let you guys know, people are probably wondering, Cali, where do I get this Lightsworn deck profile? How do I get this retro Lightsworn deck profile? I really want to see it. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Our Patreons are viewing this Lightsworn deck profile right now. And for a mere 300 likes, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the Lightsworn deck profile too. This is a timed exclusive, and I'm telling you, all of this will be on Patreon. 300 likes later, you guys get to see a good Lightsworn deck profile. Same thing going for Tele-Dad. Don't think that I'm gonna leave that out, but let me see if I can get maybe 350 total likes, and you guys will be able to go to Patreon, and everyone will be able to view both deck profiles. So right now, it is a timed exclusive. The only people that can see it right now, or that will have early access to it, is Patreon. Upon those likes, then yes, everyone will be able to see both Tele-Dad and Lightsworn. What a wondrous thing, where normally these would be exclusives, now they're only timed exclusives. I know you guys will get that soon. So, Can I Smoke It attacking with the Sangan into the Stratos to get a free search. He's going to get the Plague Spreader Zombie. And this is where a little bit of a misplay alert comes around. Lightsworn's effects are mandatory, and it actually hurts Can I Smoke It more than it helps him. Sending the 10 cards off the top of his deck to the graveyard could have net him cards that he could have drawn. He's going to then turn the Lightsworn Sorceress back to attack position since it's been 2 turns, destroying the back row Scapegoat. And of course, I'm going to trigger it to summon 4 tokens to my side of the field. Can I Smoke It? Thinking about his next play, he's going to summon Judgment Dragon. Now that he has 4 Lightsworn monsters, he can pay 1,000 life points to destroy all cards on the side of the field. And what is worse than just 1 Judgment Dragon? Well, when you can chain the effect of Beckoning a Light, discarding your hand to get a Judgment Dragon from your graveyard to your hand to summon it to your side of the field. We know that's the only one that matters. That is game. Lightsworn's being able to show why it's so good. Necro Gardener, Honest, Judgment Dragon are very powerful cards and can create a tempo that Teleport Dark Arm just sometimes can't defeat. Chuck is going to go ahead and start off and activate a Lure of Darkness. The best thing about Teleport Dark Arm is that you have 6 draw cards in an era where searching isn't so great. Like, the only search cards are like Charger Light Brigade, Reinforcement of the Army, Gladiators, Proving Ground. Other than that, searching is scarce, so that draw power really does play a huge proponent to Teleport Dark Arm. So it looks like Chuck is going to Reinforcement of the Army for Dark Grepher. He's then going to go ahead and possibly normal summon that Dark Grepher to his side of the field. Yes, he is. And it's not going to be for its effect to discard the special summon, as he's going to use Grepher's effect, sending Destiny Hero Malicious from his hand to the graveyard to send another Necro Gardener, or send a Necro Gardener from his deck to the graveyard. So it looks like Chuck is in a pretty good position. He's now going to banish that Destiny Hero Malicious to summon another Destiny Hero Malicious from his deck to his side of the field. You guys should already know what's coming after that. Emergency Teleport will allow Chuck to special summon a Psychic monster from his deck to his side of the field, and seeing that he banished Malicious for Malicious, you can guess that yes, Krepins is going to be summoned. Now, Krepins was easily one of the best monsters inside of the format because it can be easily accessed through Emergency Teleport. As far as tuners, it was pretty much the only tuner that you can summon with Emergency Teleport, barring Psychic Commander. But it looks like I don't have just 1, but 2 copies of Emergency Teleport, allowing me to special summon 2 Krebins from my deck to my side of the field. It also gave Tele-Dad a significant edge over Gladiator Beast, because Krebins has an effect to pay 800 life points to negate an attack. So Gladiator Beasts actually need to battle an opponent's monster for them to be able to tag out, and Krebins completely stymies that. On top of that, Chuck is going to be able to banish his second Malicious and special summon his second Krebins for another Synchro Summon. This is the board that you guys want to start off with. A Stardust Dragon that prevents destruction, a Colossal Fighter that if it battles a monster that has Honest in his hand or Honest on its name, it's going to survive. Can I Smoke It? It's going to go ahead and start off his turn, activating Charger Light Brigade, middling Judgment Dragon, and 2 Wolf Lightsworn Beasts. He's going to be able to summon both of those bad puppies to his side of the field. He's then going to be able to add Lumina Lightsworn Summoner from his deck to his hand through the effects of Charger Light Brigade. Now, I know you guys are probably hyped on what's going to happen next. Let's see if Can I Smoke It can break a Stardust Dragon, Colossal Fighter / back row board. It looks like he's going to maybe be able to do something like that, as he's going to follow up by normal summoning Lila Lightsworn Sorceress, switching in defense, but unfortunately losing it to a Stardust Dragon. This would be the perfect time for Can I Smoke It to summon a Judgment Dragon and follow up with something, but no. he's just going to attack with the Wolf Lightsworn Beast and pass his turn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, retro format is something that we definitely love to do. Like, we seriously love retro format. But we understand that retro format can only continue with you guys' support. So if you guys want to see more retro format, then give this video some love, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get it to as many likes as possible. If not for the deck profiles, let's see more retro duels. Let's see 2014, 2009. We can jump to so many different time frames to show you more than just GOAT on Saturday, but we need you guys' love. Make sure to love this video up. So Can I Smoke It's gonna go ahead and pass his turn back to me. I'm gonna use that opportunity to attack into one wolf. This is where actually Can I Smoke It misplayed. I attacked with Colossal Fighter. Can I Smoke It adds up the damage for both Colossal Fighter and Wolf and sends both of those monsters to the graveyard. I had no intentions of using my Stardust to attack into that Wolf because of Honest. Honest is a very scary card and can break my board. Unfortunately, a lot of people in that format did decide to do it that way. You always want to play the Honest. Play around that Honest bluff and bluff the Honest as many times as you can. This time around, Can I Smoke It is going to go ahead and use Monster Reincarnation, discarding Necro Gardener, add Lila. An interesting choice, but now you may not. I just think it's an interesting choice because there's a Judgment Dragon looking at you in the graveyard and you have a Necro Gardener. So you're not going to lose this turn unless Chuck comes up with some brilliant play, summons multiple monsters, or he does need a 2300 attack monster at least to finish this game off. I just don't see that happening. So what you do is if you have another monster, oh sweet, you just milled a wolf, you put 4 Lightsworn monsters in the graveyard. I think that that's the incorrect play because you can then, and again, I'm only going to follow up with a Stratos, or Chuck's only going to follow up with a Stratos unless he has an emergency teleport, and you kind of gambled and lost. Hypothetically, if you did have another Lightsworn monster in your hand, you summon that other Lightsworn monster, you mill the wolf, and then you pass your turn. Judgment Dragon is now at the tip of your fingers. Now you got to play around Stardust Dragon. That's easy. You summon Judgment Dragon, attack the Stardust, and then activate the effect of Judgment Dragon to blow up. Chuck is going to go ahead and use Colossal Fighter to attack into the Wolf Lightsworn Beast. Can I Smoke It looking at his graveyard? I think he's going to lose these 2 monsters and save some more life points. So the Colossal Fighter is going to attack into the Wolf. Smartly, the Stratos can attack into the Lila. And now last, the Stardust can attack for 2,500 damage, but that's going to get negated by the Necro Gardener. Chuck is going to go ahead and pass it right back to Can I Smoke It. And here's the moment of truth. If Can I Smoke It actually had some Lightsworn monsters in his hand, I think that's a huge misplay. I think he'd be sitting on a Judgment Dragon right now. And all he has to do is summon it, attack over the Stardust, and then continue to play. One of the monsters in Can I Smoke Its hand just so happens to be a Lumina. We don't know if that's the card that he drew or if that is, you know, a card that he's initially had in his hand. That would have been perfect for the scenario that we were talking about. But always, hindsight is always 20/20, ladies and gentlemen. We can't necessarily harp on this because we don't know what would have been the better move. Sometimes just summoning that stronger attack monster would have, you know, prevented me from him taking all that damage and possibly losing the game. And then again, that was damn near a perfect mill. You really can't say that. You know, I'm a risk it from the biscuit type guy. Can I Smoke It's gonna Lumina into Lumina effect into Wolf this time, which is insanely interesting. And then he's gonna follow up with a Judgment Dragon on his own, but I just so happen to have the answer inside of Solemn Judgment. So you can't necessarily say that that was a complete misplay, but had he had a second Judgment Dragon in his hand, he would have been over to attack over the Stardust and then activate Judgment Dragon's effect to destroy all cards on the field, putting him in the driver's seat. So, you know, again, it's one of those times. For the lads and gents that want to know where I got this insanely sick mat from, well, our sponsors are our sponsor is Imperium Duelist. I was gonna call him a completely different name, but if you want to see where you get this sexy mat, then go ahead and check down below in the description. Go to Imperium Duelist, use the code CaliEffect10 off for 10% off your entire purchase. Now, me having the driver's seat, I'm gonna attack with that Colossal Fighter. Then I'm going to attack with that Stardust Dragon. Now that I feel that he doesn't have Honest in his hand, he's going to use both of his Necro Gardeners in the graveyard. And he still has a pretty decent shot at this. If he can get into a monster like maybe Plague Spreader Zombie, he can summon Colossal Fighter with his own, attack into the Stardust, and then inflict some damage. Can I Smoke It's going to normal summon Lila, He's going to lose the Lila to the starter's dragon, which is really unfortunate, but he's going to use the Lumina effect to summon Lila back to his side of the field. That's going to go ahead and get Phoenix Wing Wind blasted, a monster right back to the top of his deck. So yeah, looks like Can I Smoke It is not in a great position. I don't think that giving up the Beckoning of Light was the play, but maybe, you know, maybe, no, I don't think that, that's debatable. That's debatable. So looks like Can I Smoke It is definitely in a situation. He's going to mill 3 cards for his Lila. Then he's going to mill 3 cards for his Lumina. No additional wolves. He only played 3 wolves. And, you know, Felice wasn't out at the time. Starter's Dragon is going to come back to the side of the field. I'm going to follow up by normal summoning Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, using Diamond Dude's effect to mill the 2nd copy of Reinforcement of the Army. What is going on? We looking for revenge. Because that's exactly what we are doing with Can I Smoke It, or Chuck is doing with Can I Smoke It's board. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude is going to go ahead and attack into the Lumina. Both players calculating how much attack Colossal Fighter will get. He gains 100 attack for every single warrior monster in either player's graveyard. And it looks like he's going to lose his entire board. I'm going to go, Chuck is going to go ahead and pass it right back to Can I Smoke It. Smoke It looking at the top card of his deck. That's the only card in his hand, which actually makes sense why he didn't, you know, why he got rid of the Beckoning Light. It's an Honest. The card that Chuck has been playing around this entire time just so happens to not exist. Going into game 3, though, it looks like Tele-Dad is going to reclaim that. Even though what you could say is a little bit of a dicey Lightsworn play, I think that it was good enough to be on this channel. And it's definitely some pretty decent Lightsworn play. Can I Smoke It's going to summon Lila to a side of the field, mill 3 cards, and then pass his turn. Chuck has a super powered hand. He's going to use Reinforcement of the Army. That will allow him to add a warrior monster, as you guys would know from his deck, to his hand. He's going to add that Dark Grepher. Chuck putting himself in a prime opportunity to make this board come to real life that I know he has. Teleport Dark Arm is an insanely consistent deck. Sometimes you do get those brick hands like what Chuck did get in game 1, and then other times you get the yams. He's going to go ahead and discard Destiny Hero Malicious Spell Summon Dark Grepher to his side of the field. He's then going to send Plague Spreader Zombie from his deck to his graveyard to send Necro Gardener. He is in good hands. Old State is coming. He got that insurance, as the next monster he's going to follow up with is what Tele-Dad is infamous for. Dark Arm Dragon. Being able to special summon this card to your side of the field for controlling exactly 3 dark monsters was all made possible to you by Dark Grepher. So Emergency Teleport is then going to go ahead and follow up summoning the Krebins to his side of the field. And now he can banish that Malicious in his graveyard to summon that Malicious in the graveyard. You can basically say that Can I Smoke It has no cards on the field because Dark Arm Dragon would be able to destroy the Lila with ease. So Destiny Hero Malicious is going to hit the field, and now both Krebins and Destiny Hero Malicious are going to be used for a Synchro Summon. Now he's going to make Colossal Fighter. So he's in a really good spot, almost hitting for game, putting Can I Smoke It into the danger zone. Not necessarily a great spot for Can I Smoke It. Will he be able to come back with this board? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is no, as Caius the Shadow Monarch is going to hit the field, banish Delilah, and this is game. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see those deck profiles, please be sure to like this video. For my Patreons, you get it early. Also, be sure if you guys want to see more retro format duels to love this video up, share it with a friend, etc. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.